Hi, I'm Paul. This is a little video I'm making to help you become more active in your child's revision for English so that they can achieve really good results in their English exams. So this information is all here on sdcenglish.com, and the first place I think that your child should go in terms of revision is in the language exam, and I think over here in the non-fiction section is the way to get things going. And what your child could do all throughout the holidays and for pretty much between now and the exams is to come over here to the past papers section and start practicing all of these papers. The more of these papers that are practiced, the stronger your child is going to become in being able to answer quickly and answer the questions correctly. The papers come up pretty easily here. Your child will just literally come on here and have a look at the questions, and you might want to print these out. The texts are there in order to help them answer these particular questions. As I said, the more of these that your child does, the stronger they will become in being able to answer these types of questions. The exact same thing is over here in the fiction section as well, and the same process. The students have an option of a multiple number of texts that they can choose from past exams, but more importantly as well, there's those papers there. But more importantly as well is that we have this, and in fact with all of the sections, student examples. So your child will be able to come along here, and actually this will be there'll be many more of those as we go along in the next couple of weeks. Your child will be able to come onto this section and see how other students have responded to these papers, so they get a feel for just how much information that they should be writing to get a mark. So they would come over here, read the response, and just learn from this model of how much information is required to achieve the grade. Really, really powerful for them to be reading those particular things. So the absolute key, of course, is just to be practicing, because practice, of course, is what is going to improve their speed and their understanding of what exactly is required in those particular exams. Once they've had a go at the language section, I recommend coming over to the literature section now, and this is also got a lot of resources that the students can look at. The first port of call here would be flashcards. You'll notice that there's flashcards for each one of the main topics that they've had to study this year, and we are printing those flashcards out right now at the school, and your child will be hopefully bringing these home in the next week or so. And this presents a really good opportunity for you to help your child memorize the information that's required in each one of these texts. The best way to go about that is for you to physically take the cards and ask the questions that are on one side of the card, and then your child will try and answer them. The benefits of this are enormous in terms of helping the memory strengthen, because it's what's called the testing effect. When your child is kind of forced to try and retrieve the information from their brain, the memory is strengthened almost like tenfold compared to them just reading the information themselves. Really, really powerful technique which you can have an enormous influence on. When the child has the knowledge really secured, the next thing for them to do would be to go into the revision grids, which is again in each one of the texts. And here at the top, which by the way your child has this, and if they don't, you can print it out here of course as well. Across the top here are all the possible exam questions that relate to each topic. And this is again a fantastic way for your child, once they've got this content, which is, by the way, all the flashcards are all based on the information over here on the right. Once that content secure, your child then can start practicing writing essays based on these particular topics. And we've done this in class, and they should have a fairly good understanding of how to do that. If they don't, once again, as we know, we come over to the there's student examples in each particular text again, and your child can have a look at how other people have gone about answering questions on these particular themes. We will keep uploading lots more of these as more students actually practice these, and we get some really good strong examples that everybody can look at to help guide them essentially on how to secure a really good score for each one of the different texts. Okay, so lots of really good things here, lots of different students answering the questions, really good for everybody to read those so you get a really nice feel of how to go about answering these types of questions. So really that's it in a nutshell. The chances for success are enormous, and it really does depend on how much energy each child puts into their learning. There's so much resource here, so many past exams to work on. Like at the bottom of each section we've got all past exams, we've got the flashcards, then looking at those grids to really make sure that the learning is secure, then practicing those essays, multiple numbers of times, and then it's going to be an absolute walk in the park once by the time we get to the actual exam dates. Okay, hopefully all goes well. If you need any more information, please let me know. My email is paul.moss@southdevon.ac.uk. Contact me anytime. Okay, thanks.